Okay, I'm going to show you how to do a course or degree hearing on Teachur. Both a course hearing and a degree hearing have the same basic structure, but they're just uh, evaluating different levels, different modules on Teachur. So if I am registered as a teacher or an expert on the platform, I'll have this little notice in the corner that tells me whether a call is coming or if there are no calls coming, and um, and I'll see when a student wants to initiate a course or degree hearing. I'll see a little notice here. So let me show you what that looks like. So I see this. It's a call from Teacher Ben. Here's the course. Now the first step that I want to do is I want to ask the student's permission and take their image. So you can see if I click here on this tab, I can see images of the student, and I can see this looks like it's the same person. So I will get the student's permission. I want to make sure that their face is clear and kind of front and center in this box. And I can see the student will be on this side, and me, the teacher, I'm here. So in order to take the image, I just click on Take the Image. And then when that loads, I can go to the student images and see, okay, we've added. And now you can see we have this string of images attesting to the student's identity. A quick warning, while you're in these video chats, whether it's a tutoring session, a counseling session, a course hearing, or a degree hearing, don't refresh your browser window because that will just kick you off. Okay, and I can also have a chat with the student, and any chat I've had in the past with the student will appear here. So this is an ongoing thread with this particular student and you as a particular expert. Okay, so here I am in the video chat, and I can click on the course or the degree. This is a course. If it's a degree, it will say degree here and list the name of the degree. And I also want to make sure as an expert that I am an expert in this course or degree. You shouldn't even get the call if you're not an expert, but just to verify. So if I click on this course, it will open up the student's profile of that course. So I'll see the background. I don't know if you noticed the background changed there. So now I can minimize this window, and this takes me to the student's course. So I can see the course goals, get a quick start on the Associate of Arts degree, demonstrate mastery of the lesson objectives, and here are the objectives. So in this course or degree hearing, my main focus is going to be on these course goals, but they will kind of entail these objectives. And I'm also free to spot check on any of these objectives if I'm not sure. So I might ask the person, okay, could you explain the basic structure of an atom? And could you tell me and summarize the stages of the PWR writing process? And I can judge whether they have mastery or not. And in the course hearing, this is different from a tutoring session. If they're not sure, my job is not to fill in the blanks for them. I would do that in a tutoring session, but this is a course hearing session where my aim is just to verify that they have mastered it or not. If they haven't mastered, they don't get punished. I just say, you have not yet mastered this. And I'm not going to click on either of these today, but this is what I would click on. So if after my conversation with the student, I feel confident that they have mastered these course goals, I'll click them off. I may write some notes here and any other notes I want to have that this will be helpful for you as in the future as you're working with the same student, and it will also help inform other experts who may be working with this student to have a sense for where they stand, if there were parts that they weren't sure of. So for example, if as a teacher I say not yet, the student has not yet mastered the objectives. Okay, so I just wrote, student did not demonstrate mastery of the role of an expert on teacher. They seem to be confused with the difference between experts and counselors. And I could say, so they have not yet demonstrated mastery of the course goals and objectives. Then if another expert in a follow-up hearing, they can read that and they should verify and make sure that the student is no longer confused about whatever they were confused about here. So so this is just a good record to help experts understand what the students have demonstrated mastery in, and if there are parts that they haven't demonstrated mastery in. And also if they have not just demonstrated mastery, but they really, really expressed themselves in great ways. They really have a good handle on this stuff. You want to write that too. This is feedback for the student. It's feedback for other experts. This is just good documentation of their mastery. So once I feel confident one way or the other, I will explain to the student why I feel confident one way or the other and give guidance for what they need to do next. So for example, if I say, no, you have not yet demonstrated mastery, you seem to be a little confused on the difference between a counselor and an expert, so I would suggest to the student that you go back and review those lessons and make sure you're very clear, and then when you're ready for a follow-up hearing, we can do that. Or if I feel like, yeah, they have demonstrated mastery and everything, I can explain, give them helpful feedback to say, yeah, you have demonstrated mastery. Here's how you did this. I was really impressed with your answer when you described the basic structure of atoms and molecules and whatnot. And then the final thing I do as an instructor is click either approve or not yet. So I'm not going to do those right now because this is just a tester account. But now you see kind of what you do, how you conduct a course hearing. And that doesn't officially end the course hearing when you click approve or not yet. But that is the kind of the functional end of the course hearing, is they get an answer, either they're approved or not yet. The other things to do are just there's an outro script you should read that kind of makes sure they understand this was the purpose of this hearing, and here was the result, and here's guidance for here are the next steps you should take, and see if they have any questions and that sort of thing. And then when you're done, when you've gone through all the steps that you're supposed to for a course or degree hearing, you end the call like this. Okay, and now I still have the student's profile on here. So if I wanted to add another note, I could. But for all intents and purposes, the course hearing is over. So that's how you administer a course hearing. It starts when you get the alert here, and it ends functionally when you approve or click not yet.